He's finally Spider-Man again. Let's get it.
Housewarming gift. I'm MJ. I'm just a neighbor from across the hall. Friendly neighbor.
This might already be the best Spider-Man movie ever made.
That's gonna ruffle some feathers for show. But like a lot of people still hold the nostalgia with Toby and Andrew. I was pretty late to watch those movies, but I definitely do like everyone's part or role as Spider-Man. Thankfully, we finally broke the curse with one Spider-Man. One of them actually gets more than 3 movies, so.
Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I always thought that Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 will forever be the Michael Jordan of Spider-Man films. But then I saw something. A Peter Parker that's broken alone, an MJ that doesn't want him, a Spider-Man that loses his powers, a spider suit that looks absolutely perfect.
Loses his power? Oh, weren't people saying that he's gonna start developing real webs without web shooters, just like Toby?
Scenes that rip iconic comic book covers right off the pages, grounding the story in
A lot of people are mad. They said this new trailer looks like AI.
Absolute misery of
But
life that is
I don't know.
Peter
I mean, how are we
Parker.
supposed to tell?
Second. Haven't we seen this before? For over 20 years, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2 has been the freaking golden standard blueprint for not only how to make a good Spider-Man film, but how to make a great movie in general. And there hasn't been a single Spider-Man story that's even sniffed the greatness that is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. But what happens when you put an entire...
I don't know. Spider-Man 2 is really good. It's a favorite movie for a lot of people, but I would say, at least with Spider-Man, because of the rights between Sony and Marvel, I think it's good that we have a variety of actors. I mean, people grew up with 3 different versions of Spider-Man, and kids now are growing up with Tom Holland, you know? It's kind of around the age I was, like, what, 10 years old whenever he was introduced into the MCU? So I feel like it's good that everybody has a Spider-Man to grow up with.
team together.
And so they're gonna have their own favorite movies, of
but
course.
Also understands what it takes to make a great Spider-Man film.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, no, definitely not those ones. I don't even know
Sony
how those
shit
movies
on
got
those
made.
projects.
I meant actually having Spider-Man in
Venom was good
making
though, I'm not gonna
him
lie.
actually swing with real explosions, having him wear a
I still want Tom Holland to fight
real
Venom,
costume,
bro. That
because
would
to
be
honest
tough.
with you,
That would be so tough.
Spider-Man 2 was also all of those things. Even Marvel's Spider-Man for the PlayStation nailed this formula to the T in their games.
Oh, I didn't even get to play the game.
Is this it?
Play
Did
Xbox.
Sony finally find the great structure and formula needed to make a great Spider-Man film? But more importantly, if both of these movies have that same formula, which one of them is... Look, before we get into why I think Spider-Man Brand New Day has potential to be the new GOAT of Spider-Man movies, we have to understand what made Tobey's Spider-Man 2 so good in the first place and why it almost never even got made. It's 2002 and right after the original classic that was Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie. After this, Tobey Maguire became the biggest freaking star in Hollywood.
This time, Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man is the first 2 movies they set box office records.
I like how people said he still had Venom inside him because all the paparazzis would piss him off when they'd see him.
To make another movie where he's riding and racing on a horse. And it's called Seabiscuit. And honestly, the guy had the right idea. He's a talented actor and he didn't want to just be known as the Spider-Man guy his whole life. But then... something happened. This guy suffered a major back injury on the set of this film, and it was so bad that the studios had to almost replace Tobey entirely with Jake Gyllenhaal, who would eventually go on to be Mysterio and Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
I don't know. I didn't like his role as Mysterio.
Tobey even sent his neurosurgeon to meet up with director Sam Raimi, so he can go over the stunts and storyboards with Sam Raimi and tell him which one of them his client Tobey can do or not. Tobey already refused to do a
feel like I didn't really like Far From Home,
cyber scan
but
that was needed to do the CGI in this
it was
movie.
still a pretty good movie.
Man, Raimi was just fed up. So, Sony decided to make an absolutely horrible and forced decision, and they fired Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 2.
You're fired. Go.
Please, I need
They got him back.
You're fired.
But give me another chance.
You're fired.
And the person they wanted to replace him with, fresh off of Donnie Darko, and he was dating Kirsten Dunst at the time, was Jake Gyllenhaal. But the crazy part is, this exact same thing almost happened again an entire generation later to Andrew Garfield. Because he also pissed off Sony too and got fired because of it. Which is exactly how he got replaced with Tom Holland as Spider-Man in the MCU. But Tobey, the guy who made this entire...
I thought they canceled The Amazing Spider-Man 3 because they didn't like how much they made off of The Amazing Spider-Man 4. before, and they still had to make a Spider-Man movie because if not, Marvel would get back the rights fully. Did he actually do something to piss Sony off so they could replace him with Tom Holland? I don't feel like I remember hearing that.
Land the role of Spider-Man in the first place had to do what any other guy would do in that situation, and personally apologize to all of the Sony executives, and he had to pass a physical exam just to prove that he can do the stunts for this film. And after all of that arguing back and forth, he found his way back into the movie.
My back.
W?
Oh, my back.
And
Oh,
look, guys, I know
blue collar
there's
worker right
already
there.
hundreds of videos on here explaining why this movie is such a masterpiece. But as I'm about to take my turn to glaze this thing like a Krispy Kreme donut, I need you to be patient and stay with me because I promise I got a point. Behind the amazing suit, the incredible acting, the breathtaking visuals, and these freaking ridiculous action scenes, what makes Spider-Man 2 so good for me is the near perfect character development and storytelling. Because at the end of the day, this is simply just a story about a man struggling badly with PTSD, trauma, and life in general just completely sucking for him. I mean, he killed his best friend's dad, which resulted in him not only losing the only father figure in his life after Uncle Ben, but it also made his friend
Harry and his dad were both L-mans.
I want us to be friends, Harry. I want us to trust each other.
And now he wants to steal his babe. And not only is he flat broke, but
crashing out off that.
She's even broker than he is, and she's trying to freaking dap him up with a lousy $20 bill on his birthday.
No,
Bro, $20 in the early 2000s was like $100.
This money from me. For God's sake, it's not much. Now take it.
As she's getting evicted out of her home, meanwhile, he's getting fired from his crap sauce job as a delivery boy from Joe's Pizza. That's literally breaking his damn back just so he can.
Bro should have started drop shipping since back then. He would have been one of the first ones.
Minutes, all for him to come home to his garbage apartment and not be able to get in bed and sleep at night because every time he closes his eyes, he sees his uncle telling him,
"With great power comes great responsibility."
See, I don't know. I've never lived in New York. I've never been there. I just know it's a very expensive place. It's very crowded. But if you're Spider-Man, right? Well, I guess it kills the plot of the movie if he moves states. But if you're broke and you're playing a superhero, why not just stop being a superhero for a while, move states, get some more money, and then break the fourth wall and be like, okay, I need to come back and gain some aura. Doesn't make sense.
oh yeah, did I forget to mention the love of his life, MJ, who's just whoring around out here in the city streets? All because this man was late to her Broadway show and he had to deal with this usher who wouldn't let him in?
I'm sorry, sir. No one will be seated after the doors are closed.
But hey, it can't all be bad, right?
I mean, hey, his crash outs when he had Venom with him.
Great, brilliant minds out there like
Valid.
Dr. Octavius to inspire. Oh, nope, now he's a bad guy and he wants to kill you.
Getting on my nerves.
Great, beautiful. And to top it all off, even when the man just wants to do something as simple as go to college and learn, even his teacher is out here giving him smack.
Hey.
Oh.
Wow, Dr. Connors.
Where were you headed, Parker?
To your class.
My class is over. See me standing here?
I'm sorry.
Your paper on fusion is still overdue.
I know. I'm planning to write it on Dr. Otto Octavius.
Get it done, or I'm failing you.
All right, Gio, we get it.
Mans?
Guy's life sucks. But what's your point? My point is, this is all about to happen all over again. Because behind this amazing suit, Tom's incredible acting, these breathtaking visuals, and these freaking ridiculous action scenes, Tom Holland's Spider-Man
I don't know.
is finally...
What can you really compare? I mean, the villains are going to be different actor, different storyline. He's tied to the MCU. Technically, Andrew and Toby are now, but really what we're seeing is like a new version of Tom Holland without all of Tony Stark's fancy tech, you know? At the end of No Way Home, you could see he got an apartment. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. And he got a basic suit, you know? So I don't know how you'd be able to compare. This movie's gonna probably have Daredevil. It has Punisher. It's gonna have the Hand for some reason, which the Defenders fought. So I don't know how you're gonna be able to compare it, you know?
Spider-Man now. A man who's also struggling badly with PTSD, trauma, losing his powers, and his life also just completely sucking. Because like Toby, now not only is he also broke and living in a garbage can apartment, he also lost...
I feel like people are going to expect the story to be the same. It's just not.
Parents,
I feel like it should just be taken for what it is.
It got even worse for this Spider-Man. Because the ones who aren't dead don't even remember him at all. Wait, up. Hold on one second there. So you're telling me not only are we going to get the miserable and depressed Peter
Well, the Hulk
Parker
remembers
that we've
him.
all been
He's the only
wanting
person.
to see for some reason? God, that sounded so horrible, but you get my point, man. We needed to see this. But we're also going to get, after all these years, a more dark, serious, friendly neighborhood, street level Spider-Man movie that's clearly taking inspiration from Toby and Andrew's films. So look, the truth is, I don't know if this movie has what it takes to finally dethrone Spider-Man 2 as the greatest Spider-Man film ever made.
And it doesn't have to. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to compare to any other Spider-Man movie. because it's in its own league. It's tied to Marvel. There's no way that they're going to be able to compare Spider-Man 2 because it's entirely different, you know.
But I do know
but
one thing
it is
sure.
a W for the fans. I mean,
doesn't
it's
do
going
it,
back to street level fighting,
no
like
other
you
one.
said. Still a W video.
When are we gonna have the intros? The intros, bruh.